It's great to be with you on a Monday afternoon as we get set for this broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. So with Thomas sitting on the bench. So this is who Kevin Harlan has out there. We've got Mikal Bridges. Johnson is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Sharp. And it's Clowney in at the 4. And for Phoenix,
everything's not
we've got Devin Booker. Durant is out there with Lowry Markkanen.
Dennis Rodman.
Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And one thing, Greg, you notice about both these teams, they look to play through the passing game.
And all the better for
Dennis
us.
Rodman
as
Jr.
fans of the game, seeing that kind of flow and teamwork, it just makes the game fun to watch.
And it's the Suns to
Dennis
start
Rodman
out.
Jr. He's 6.
To the inside.
Actually, he's 7.
And he takes that one out.
Dennis Rodman Jr.
Well, when you combine Durant's size with his vision and
He's
the
the new
touch on
center
his
for the
passing,
team.
it's easy for him.
From the stripe.
Which has
Here's
got him
Sharp.
overall.
And he uses the glass on the lane.
And I'll bet
He's
that's
like
what
on
they talked about
98
before the game.
now.
Ball inside early.
That's what I did.
And KD's got the ball here for the Phoenix Suns.
Pass to Dennis Rodman Jr.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Being 7.
Devin Booker's not a guy who's going to just hunt out his own shot. If you're open, he'll find you.
Pass to Clowney.
Mid-range.
And a kind roll that
It
time off the
goes.
rim as that one falls.
And
This
hitting
is
the mid-range
perfect.
jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying, you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself
Hooah.
wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Clowney, good.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position.
That's
Schroeder
right.
identifying an open teammate.
6'7".
For 3, Booker bangs home the trifecta.
The real
Devin Booker.
come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two.
Steal by
taking
Dennis
pride
Rodman
and
Jr.
making plays.
Markkanen kicks to KD. Kicks it out to Booker. Action coming off the assist from KD. Booker's got 6.
They set him up. Booker's going to knock it down. Great execution there.
And Durant sends it back. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting
Dennis
these
Rodman
opportunities.
Jr.
The rebound by Sharp.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And you know, Doris, Brooklyn's gone through a pretty tumultuous few seasons.
You know, Kevin, there have been some circumstances
Dennis
that were
Rodman Jr.
unpredictable contributing to what you're talking about. And now, as a consequence, a lot of turnover on the roster and on the coaching staff. Listen, it's never easy to make the kind of
The
transition
Nets
they
trying to
had
eat
to
a
make.
little bit, though.
Booker against Schroeder. Outside, Markkanen. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, this is always been Lowry Markkanen's calling mode, right? A 7-footer who can space the floor with that three-point shooting ability.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And Simmons, he's checked in for the Nets. Thomas comes in for Johnson. Nets trail by 4. On the wing, Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, you cannot let Mikal Bridges get into the paint
Mikal
because he's going
Bridges.
to hammer it home when you do.
The Suns have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. Very solid start for them. Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Thomas, that's good.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Caldwell-Pope. And that one is hammered home.
And sweet drive there. KCP, a smooth operator with terrific straight line speed.
The pass to Thomas. And the Nets
From
another 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Passes it to Caldwell Pope. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket.
Yeah, and knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
Thomas, it's a wide open look. And the Nets, another three.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Really most effective when he's in attack mode. And KCP with the athleticism to do it.
That's me something.
Booker against Schroeder. And he's good on the three-ball.
Oh, wait, he's already.
Defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Today's player is not intimidated by size. You even give them a sliver of a window, they're going to make that shot.
It's blocked.
Blocked. He's actually so fun.
We've got 1:13 left in the first. Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Durant.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his base.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And always a smooth athlete. KCP doing a better job of drawing contact.
The Suns shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. First free throw is good.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp, and Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Mikal Bridges. And Caldwell Pope drops them both.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Thomas passes to Schroeder. Again, the Nets for 2.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
The Nets
The
are
tide
about
is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I
It's
lost
blocked.
count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And stolen by Thomas.
stolen by Thomas.
Schroeder against Gordon. Simmons inside the line. And the shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 6 assists in the game. To the middle. Here's Henry.
Simmons is a we already know
That's
that.
unselfishness from Trent.
It's about to
We
get
know he wants to
heated.
score, but when your teammate's that wide open, just
You know,
simply put the ball
Kendall
where it needs
Jenner.
to be.
Now here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And this game
Yeah, I can already tell
takes
you.
shape as an offensive battle.
Well, the fans
Way
love it.
better.
Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
Allen kicks to O'Neal. Got a piece of it. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
So
like
impressive is the athleticism of Ben Simmons.
And Haiti the bucket on the assist by Eric Gordon.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
And Simmons again.
Nobody can stop Ben
Simmons
Simmons.
got 8 points.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball
Durant.
into the paint.
Well, Kevin Durant can just hit different ways. It's almost unguardable when he's pulling that jump shot.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game for the first quarter of play. It's the Nets. They lead by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard.
Why did you say
And
that?
some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
And guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
They've got O'Neal. Gordon out there with Gary Trent. Then there's Allen.
Durant.
And it's KD in at the center position. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Pass to Claxton. Stolen by Allen. Fast break. Here come the Suns. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Simmons inside. Guarded by KD. Shots good by Simmons.
My goodness, defense was there, but Ben Simmons makes that finish look easy.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And the shot goes in. And Greg, we still see players embellishing contact. Is enough being done to discourage those creative flourishes?
We're talking about flopping, right? I mean, we're seeing the league experiment assessing a technical free throw. It's necessary, or guys will keep jerking their heads and falling down. And watch this here.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for Gordon. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Bridges checks in.
Oh, Dennis Rodman Jr. Oh, it is.
Outside, Markkanen. Booker the pass to Markkanen.
Pass to Dennis Rodman Jr.
Claxton covering, and he drops in the layup off the glass. He has 6.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Nets passing it around, and the shot goes in. Claxton's got the lead, back up to 5 now for the Nets.
If there's a teammate open on the floor, Simmons will put it on time and on target.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop.
I wanted that.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Here's Thomas, following the score by Phoenix. Simmons, that's good. It's Thomas picking up the assist. Simmons got 14 points.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
And the dunk by Booker.
Devin Booker sees a window of opportunity to get to the dribble drive game and takes advantage.
They're too slow.
Nets leading by 3. Early 2023 saw Cam Thomas just erupt as a scorer, Greg. We were talking about it every game. A guy who was ready to break out.
And Kevin, I like using the word ready because he was given an opportunity and took it. And he showed us all what a productive machine he could be.
Okay, this game is a lot more exciting.
Sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Lauri
I thought the
Markkanen
Suns
has
were
gone
gonna
from a
sweep,
bit
but
player to a starring role on offense. He says it's something that I have to get adjusted to, but going forward, I have the room and the mentality to be more aggressive. When I watch film, I always see things that can become so much better. I have a long way to go and a lot of room to improve. Kevin?
All right, good stuff, D.A. Thanks. And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Here's Claxton. Makes it off the glass. Claxton's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, that's just a good possession. Dorian Finney-Smith moving the ball. He's been working on that aspect of his game.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Nets have gotten on a roll and just kept going here in the second quarter. 8 of 8. Wow.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass
Bro.
to set up the powerful
These
alley-oop.
alley-oops are crazy.
And it's the Suns with the ball. They trail by 3. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Simmons.
2 minutes.
He misses.
Tries again. Outside for Thomas. Three-pointer. They get the rebound and another shot, and it's good on the layup. Claxton's got 12 points in the game.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Well, that's an unselfish player.
Being a
He definitely
7-foot
wants to get his
person is
teammates
kinda-
involved. A willing passer.
I mean, he
there,
barely had
Booker.
to jump.
1:37 left in the second quarter.
Especially if you have a long.
Bridges up top. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 14.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Deflects the pass. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Bro, the Suns
And
are
it's
getting
the Suns
cooked,
with the
bro.
ball. It's a 5-point game. And Phoenix with another turnover here.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Phoenix. The Nets also changing it up. Shots checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And Trendon Watford subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get
There
the
we
ball
go.
to guys where they
Now
can
they're getting
score it.
so good.
He just punched the ticket on that one.
That
That'll get
alley
the job
was
done.
Powerful two-hand jam. It's deflected.
Don't like it, bro.
And Phoenix pushing it up now.
Holy, they're stupid.
And here's Sharp. Pass to Watford. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
First team foul.
Did he get injured? He did. How dare you,
This is his
Markkanen?
first free throw of the game.
Trendon Watford. 2 shots.
Lauri Markkanen. Dude. I don't like the Nets, but you really gonna do that, bro? Maybe he's not injured. I don't know. Well, he's probably gonna get an injury soon.
The first one falls. KD's checked in for Phoenix. O'Neal comes in for Markkanen, and a change for the Nets. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Simmons. Suns trail by 7. Here's Durant. Good. A nice assist from Booker. 10 points for Kevin Durant.
Well, that's the poise of Kevin Durant. He knows he has the advantage inside over just about anyone in this league.
To the paint, here's Sharp. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
From the 3
Sharp's
to
got the lead
mid
up to 7 now for the Nets.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
And finished off by KD.
Easy money for the Slim Reaper. Nice finish.
Schroeder outside. It's tipped. The numbers in their favor. Lobbed up there for KD. Thomas with the steal. No good on the last second attempt there. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Good battle going on tonight. What has been the approach?
Well, we're just trying to pack the paint. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to make them see a few guys, get some deflections, and get some easy baskets.
We'll see if we can keep it going in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They stayed within arm's reach in that opening period. 5 points, their largest deficit. Looking at the Nets, Kenny, give us your take.
They obviously came in wanting to push the ice. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back to the
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
Hard to feel happy when your opponent's shooting over 60%. You're going to have to make things harder for those guys defensively. Force them out their comfort zone. Contest every shot.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game it's been so far. Nets leading by 5. So with Thomas sitting on the bench. So this is who Kevin Ollie has out there. We've got Johnson. He's out there with Dennis Schroeder. Mikal Bridges out there with Sharp. And it's Clowney in at the 4 slot. Down low. Clock reset for Phoenix. Lobbed up there for KD. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And it's Johnson with the jam.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
That dunk would have been crazy, though. That would have been a post.
Booker against Schroeder. The pass to Caldwell Pope. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it. Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. They trail by 9 points. Takes a 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Bird's got the
you have to honor Booker's range. This guy can get flowing from the three-point line.
Throws it up high, and then
oh my God!
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball.
Welcome to the league.
I gotta believe that's something the coach talked to them about.
You got a wide welcome
they have
from the Brooklyn Nets.
Possession. Indoors, we know Mikal Bridges famously traded for Durant, but it's interesting. Durant was Bridges' favorite player growing up.
That's just a wide welcome.
There's a connection between the idol and the guy who is idolizing him. But give Mikal Bridges credit. He has come into his own as a star. This guy is proven to be a capable offensive player. And is one of the
Dennis Rodman Jr.
defensive wings that you have got to plan for. Boy, the consistency he's had
Dennis Rodman's son.
Impressive, really steady.
They look so identical. I wonder why.
By Brooklyn.
For viewers, timeouts.
I totally didn't use somebody.
Grab a drink, but
I definitely didn't use somebody in the NBA.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like.
Player
I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment
he
makes
back
here.
To the '88 Pistons or something, and got like his player or something. I definitely didn't do that.
Nets leading by 4. Here's Claxton, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Claxton.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Durant with a wide open look, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
The confidence of Kevin Durant, he gets it and takes the shot. Very simple. Catch and shoot, baby.
Got a piece of it.
Blocked by Dennis Rodman.
Finney Smith defending, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Bro, he already has 26 points.
Here's Schroeder. Again, the Nets for 2.
Instant offense. Dennis Schroeder can fire up his team with that pretty dribble drive.
And here's Booker from the arc. Hits it from 3-point range. Booker's got 6 here in this quarter.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
From the same position, he gets it again. He's on 5. He's tied up 78-78. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third.
This guy when he's in form.
Nobody near Schroeder. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, it's no secret that Dennis Schroeder has tons of confidence. You can see it on that pull-up jumper right there.
Passes it to KD for the lead. That's
Booker.
Good from Booker on the assist by Durant. Booker's got 20 points.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Nets have been forced to pivot from their star-crossed super team era. The what-ifs are fading into the rearview mirror. Now it's people like Mikal Bridges that are going to form the next new era. And rest assured, this team has dug its way out of far worse. draft assets and two-way talent on their roster, their aim is to remain competitive. Kevin?
I think they are. David, thank you for the report. And that one drops. Finney Smith's got his first 2 points.
This is what taking care of your body and strength training will do. Finney Smith powers through the contact.
What was that? I got an easy 3.
There's 1:26 left in the third. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 9th assist in the game now. KD on the wing. Fires from deep. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Oh, that's too easy for KD. You just can't let him get a look from the corner.
Finney Smith. Another one falls for Brooklyn. Timeout call, the Suns. And from undrafted in 2016 doors, Dorian Finney-Smith, now a player that every team in the league would covet.
Well, this is a long wing defender, Kevin, and he's now made himself legit as a 3-and-D prototypical player. And he stayed at it, earned the rewards, and now says, my mom can finally put her feet up. I have made it.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Trendon Watford comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and Thomas subbed in for Mikal Bridges. And the whistle blows on the backcourt.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
56 seconds left in the third quarter. For 3, Booker sinks the triple. Booker's got the lead up to 6 now for Phoenix.
We've come to expect this from Devin Booker. This guy is a relentless force on the offensive end.
Simmons' shot is good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And here's Booker from the arc. Another 3 for Phoenix.
How about that? Devin Booker says anything you can do.
Yeah, nobody can stop Booker.
3 in the books.
I think it's because of Ben Simmons over there.
Booker against Schroeder.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the
he's going to show him Kendall Jenner.
The Nets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And the first one at the line is good.
One thing Dennis Schroeder has proven is that he can be an effective player whether he's starting or coming off the bench. This is a versatile guard, and maybe his best attribute, confidence. You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Nets trail by 7. Here's Simmons. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Simmons got 7 now in this quarter.
Staying strong through the contact. Ben Simmons doesn't back off.
And here's Booker from the arc. Good! Another from 3.
Very
he
nice.
his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
With 4 seconds on the clock, again the Nets for 2.
Well, Ben Simmons gets to that mid-range jumper and knocks it down consistently. Look out, folks.
And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for Phoenix. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. Back to the action in just a minute.
Almost has 40 points already.
Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Phoenix leading by 8. O'Neal is out there with Durant. Then there's Gordon. Then there's Devin.
Oh, he missed for
and
one.
It's Trent in at the 2. That's who's out there for Phoenix. On the wing, Booker from downtown. The rebound.
He missed
by the
again.
Upside Thomas. Pass to Sharp. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
And Simmons slams it in.
Man, my goodness, the handle of Ben Simmons, the craftiness to get to his spot.
And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. Another 3 for Phoenix.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Nets trail by 10. He lobs it up. A putback.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
Here is Durant. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
And to me, he's just playing smart, efficient basketball, really helping his team hang around this one.
And the Suns call time. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. Once the three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thank you, David. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Bol. Lays it up off the glass. Bol's got the lead up to 14 now for the Suns. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Suns.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
2 points. That one goes.
And you see defenses trying to be physical with Bol. That time, contact on the shot had no effect.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Out to the right wing. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Watford. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Bol can't hit. It's trailed by 10. All going up court. And stolen by Booker.
Stolen by Booker.
Yes, that goes in. He has 28 points for the game.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Bobbed up there for Schroeder. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Kicks it to Booker. Lets the three fly. Another three for Phoenix.
Sharpshooter from anywhere on the floor. Booker's release and form, it's so mechanically sound.
That one drops for him.
Yeah, surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
11 feet away. Another possession. Another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
And Bol sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. One off Bol. Some changes for Phoenix. Kevin Durant's checked in for Bol. And Lauri Markkanen subbed in for Allen. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 assists.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an
even though they're in a
game.
lose, they're still doing it.
Booker against Schroeder. Pass to Caldwell Pope. The 11-footer, and the Suns take on two more.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just...
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well. And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Phoenix.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Devin Booker.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And it's Phoenix scoring again.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Yeah, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point. Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
With three, Booker, another three for Phoenix.
Booker playing a little bit of cat and mouse, smart enough to know when it's better to pull up.
Inside, stolen by Caldwell Pope. Here's Durant. Sweet little floater. And the Suns lead by 16.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Bridges outside. And another assist for him.
This is an easy win for the
Chemistry
Suns.
he has with his guys is impressive.
They were getting cooked, so I thought they were going to lose. But they,
actively seeking out his teammate. The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
That was kind of a
this
sweep
game could really
for the Suns.
be a defining one for what they can
Nets
do
got way
when
closer
they
than
are
I thought.
playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Kevin Durant. It seems like even with some adversity thrown your way, you guys find a way.
When we're moving the basketball, you know, we're just relying on each other. And, you know, we're just believing in each other, man. No matter what, we just stick together.
It was very obvious.
Not gonna lie, the Suns team's kind of stacked.
Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
56 points from Devin Booker and 19 assists. Bro put up a double-double. Dennis Rodman Jr. with 32 points. I don't know how they look so alike. 2 steals, too. Durant, 28 points. Caldwell Pope, 12. Margaman with only 7. He's kind of useless. Grayson Allen's also kind of useless. He only got 4. Usually he shoots some 3s. Bol was barely in the game, so. But yeah, most people were useless. But whatever. Peace.